the Crypt Keeper of Creepy, the provocative prince of the tweens, the nightmare from Neptune. It's Zabujard!
Hey guys. So, the election happened. Whoa, there's a new boy in town. The boys are coming to town. What's that old 80s song? The boys are back in town. The boys are back in town, and they're down to clown. They might fuck you around. The boys are back in town. Moon River, wider than a mile. I'm crossing you in style someday. Hey, did you guys vote for a pile of smeg? Or a pile of Kamala? Or Smigump? Forrest Trump? I always knew Mama said life was like a box of niggers. That's Forrest Trump. New movie coming out this summer. This summer is starting to feel like the endless bummer. So, yeah, I mean, hey, what are you guys up to? What are you guys doing? Write in the comments what you guys are doing in 5 words or less. 5 words or less. Keep it short. You know, I had an idea. I had an idea for a podcast the other day. But then I fell asleep, so I didn't end up making it, and now I can't remember what the podcast idea was. Because I was tired. So there was a big-ass fire over here in LA. Helicopters everywhere. Fire boys, copy boys. Non-stop helicopters. Can't sleep. Today they got the fire under control more. Not completely, but a lot more than yesterday. I didn't hear any helicopters today, man. I couldn't get any rest yesterday. I know people are thinking, no rest for the wicked. Is that the saying? No rest for the wicked. Is that the saying? I think that's the saying, but I couldn't. I was so tired. But I did end up reading a lot of cool Jewish stuff because I couldn't sleep. And I was reading my new book that I haven't been reading much lately. So I'm glad I got to read some of that. And it's called Kabbalah in the Modern Age. And it's 200 pages. And you can get it cheap-ish. And I think that's a good deal. 220 pages for $5 about cool Jewish stuff. So that's a good deal right there. That's a good deal. I'd recommend it so far because it's written by someone who I don't think is Jewish, so it's much easier to understand than what like the rabbis would write stuff, you know. So I'd recommend it. It's written by like this woman in the 80s or Mexican. It's written by like this woman in the 80s, but it's pretty dang good. Anyways, I know not so modern anymore, but still, you get a lot of good information. And I got a blanket on me because it's cold at work tonight. It's ice cold. My body parts are freezing off. My hands are frozen. My legs. I got a blanket on me. If anyone drives past me, it's a little awkward because I look like a homeless guy with a big blanket on him. And I don't want them complaining that the security guard looks homeless and it has a big blankie on. I know it sounds like King Blanky, but people wrote, who is King Blinky in the comments? King Blinky, he's definitely a type of king. Type of king that I invented the word Blinky, And that is how he got his name. And he's a type of king. So I took out that new skateboard at 2 in the morning. And it took a lot of leg muscles, so maybe I should get new wheels for the skateboard. If anyone in the comments knows anything about skateboards, write a comment, please, because I don't know anything. And Jan skateboards, but he never texts me or calls me back. He goes like months without talking to me. So I don't know anything about skateboarding. And I'm thinking if I change the wheels for better wheels, maybe that'll make it a better board. It's a kid's board that I got for $30 at Target or something, because it's the cheapest. But the wheels are really bad. So I'm thinking if I just replace the wheels with better wheels, then maybe that would make it a better board. Write in the comments if you know anything about skateboarding. And I want to return the board, but of course I think I threw out the skateboard box. Because that's just what I do. I don't know. Sometimes I just throw stuff away, and then I shouldn't do that because I buy all this random Chinese shit, and then after like a few days I want to return it, and I do return it because that's just what I've been doing lately, is buying random Chinese shit and returning it pretty quickly after. The stripper pole I returned, all this stuff I returned, because that's the thing about going to live off grid. If you do that, I mean, because if you're living on grid like me and like all of us, I buy all this random Chinese shit, but it's not even that fun. You think, oh, I'm going to buy this, it's going to be fun, and you get it, and you're like, nah, this sucks, I want to return it. So, it's just like pointless purchases for stuff that isn't even that fun to begin with. I just want to climb stuff, man. Or, just hang out at the bottom of a warm jacuzzi. I was going to go in the pool today at the hotel where I work, and I had it set up. I was going to leave the pool door unlocked so I could get in after work. But because of the huge fires, the pool is covered in ash. So you can't get in there because it's covered in fiery dust and ash and stuff from the fire, which I'm inhaling at work tonight when I walk around. But I was really looking forward to using the pool this time because I couldn't get in last week because it was locked, and I haven't been in a pool in like 4 years. And I'd really like to go in a pool. So that's why I want to go in a pool. Yeah. And the trial's coming up next week for NEET bucks. And if I win, I'll get 50 grand. The trial has finally come. This is the 7th year, the 4th trial. And I guess we'll see how it goes. I'm supposed to be talking to my psychiatrist, and I haven't because I keep missing the appointments somehow because I sleep during the day, and normies call you during the day, and so I just miss all my appointments. I can't go to an appointment correctly. So I haven't talked to him, and so I don't know how the judge is going to respond to that. Say, you're not going to your psychiatrist, so what's going on? I don't know, I'm just guessing. So we'll see if I win the case. If I win the case, we'll have to do a celebration stream. And if I get the 50K, then maybe I'll buy an off-grid house and turn it into a giant McDonald's playground. That's kind of my plan right now. That's kind of a plan that I've been cooking up in my head a little bit. Turn it into a McDonald's playground circus. That's kind of what I'm thinking about doing. Maybe doing something like that. And so that's my idea for that. If I win the case and get 50 grand next week. That's the plan. If you guys have other plans, let me know in the comments. And I read all the comments. YouTube is so gay, faggy, fucky, nicky shit that it censors a lot of the comments. It censors Regeneron dealers' comments sometimes, or all the time. It censors a lot of you guys' comments, and then I don't see them because YouTube's fucking fag-tarded, so it censors, it hides a lot of the comments because this website's faggot-tarded. So sorry about that, but that's the website you're on right now. So, and I don't really post these on Rumble. Sometimes I post a new cartoon on Rumble or Newgrounds that I cannot post on YouTube because it'll get taken down like it did 2 weeks ago with the Lizzie McGuire bangs up the school, so to speak. And so yeah. So I gotta do another patrol in a minute here, I think, but just, almost lunchtime at work, almost my lunchtime, and I'm just vibing. I think I'm gonna buy a Chinese bathtub on eBay or something. I'm worried it might be too small though. I'll have to return it. I do have a bathtub, but I want a smaller bathtub. I want a bathtub that I can fit my body in to get all the warm water without wasting a lot of water, because I have a long body. But I want to just be in a warm tub that it doesn't take too much water. I just want a warm tub, and you can get them from China. They're made with PVC pipes and some very questionable material that wraps around it. And probably going to return that too, but we'll see, because I really like hot water and baths and stuff like that. You guys know I love hot water. I should rechange the name of this channel to Hot Water Lover 69. Finger fucking play video channel. Finger fuck playboy. I'm a playboy. I should change the name of this channel to Dancing Cartoons for Farting Smeggy Cummies. I should change the name of this YouTube channel to Neets Worldwide. Prepare for So, hold on. A lot of Neets are worried that Donald Trump is going to take away food stamps, take away EBT, deport Neets, deport niggers, deport prostitutes. I'm just coming on to the... and a lot of people are worried that he's going to do this stuff. Neets aren't going to get Neet bucks. He's going to destroy Medi-Cal and stuff like this. And guys, don't worry, because actually he's actually here right now in the studio with me. I present to you Mr. Donald Jason Trump. Hello, Zabujar's fans. It's me, it's me, Donald J. Trump, and I own the Trump Towers, and Stormy Daniels. Not much of a storm, really not much of a storm, and America. Sleepy Joe, so stupid and fucking full of cum. Don't worry, Neets, listening to this channel. All 10 of you I can fit on one hand. I will not be taking away your cummies or your yummy cummies or your leggy smeggies, as you boys call them, or your Wendy tendies, because I've got bigger fish to fry. I've got to suck Jew cock in Israel for the 20th time this month. I've got a busy golfing schedule. I'm about to hit par, get a hole in one, if you catch my drift, on Stormy Daniels' hole. I'm about to fill that storm with a gooey lightning rod. You're not going to see lightning like this. The world hasn't seen lightning, hasn't seen Trump lightning. They haven't seen lightning like this since Thomas Jefferson put that kite up in the sky and electrocuted his nuts to come. You guys have not seen a Trump presidency until you've seen me light my nuts on fire with lightning bolts. But I will not be coming for your... I will not be grabbing your EBT Neet bucks by the pussy. I'm going to leave it alone. Okay, thanks, Mr. Trump. And make sure you watch my new movie, Home Alone 2. We got a great little boy in that movie, and he plays a boy in the movie, and I play the man who owns the hotel. Okay, Trump. Now we've all seen Home Alone 2. We know you're in it. And make sure you watch Gremlins 2. It's a movie based on me, but I'm not actually in the movie. They changed my name from Trump to Clamp in Gremlins 2, 1990. Go and watch Gremlins 2 and Home Alone 2. For some reason, I'm in all the 2 movies. Okay, Trump, we get it. Thanks. And don't forget to stay at the 911 Twin Towers Hotel. And those are also two, and I own those. Okay, well, we can't because those are gone, Trump. We'll try next time. Okay. Okay, sorry about that, guys. Sorry. So you guys don't gotta worry, because I brought him in here. A lot of Neets are saying, oh, he's going to take our NEET bucks. He's going to ban trans people from being alive. He's going to ban abortions for trans men. Trans women he's going to ban abortions for us. He's going to take away our HRT hormone pills that I need. I need those hormone pills or else I'm not going to be able to cry. And if there's one thing I like doing, it's crying my eyes out. Donald Trump is going to take away my right to come and to drink my own smeg. Donald Trump is going to take away our rights to... You gotta fight for your right to smeggy. So, don't worry, you just heard it from the horse's mouth himself. None of your rights are being taken away. In fact, you're gaining more rights. You're gaining the right to do Donald Trump impersonations at dinner parties you go to. Because now it's relevant again. Kamala impersonations aren't relevant. There will be no more people impersonating Kamala because she's not relevant anymore. It's all about the Trump now. Trump train. You know, I think we can do a cool dog whistle where instead of saying W power, we say Trump power. And we hold our fists up. And only white people can do this. And then people will know what we're talking about. We're not actually talking about Trump. It's a secret code that only you and me know because we shared it in the bedside fort. We shared it in the fort we made on top of the bed with. It's a pillow fort with blankies and teddy bears and all sorts of magical items. So, I gotta do a patrol real quick, make sure the hotel's nice and safe. And so far it's been quiet. I think a lot of the homeless transients who live in the nearby creek forest are not around because of the heavy smell of the smoke and the fires nearby. So, I'm hoping that's the case, that they don't raise hell tonight and tomorrow while I'm here. But the smell of smoke is very smoky tonight. Smoking! From The Mask, 1990. Smoking! Smoking! That's one of those famous lines in The Mask. And I'm trying to remember his other lines. He had some pretty good catchphrases in that film. But I can't remember, even though I did, I think, enjoy the film. And that's actually what got me into collecting masks. No, I'm just kidding, but I do have a ton of masks. I usually get to work like 4 or 5 minutes late. So I wanted to know, how much money am I missing out on if I'm missing out on 4 minutes of work? So I've typed it in Google, and it turns out it's about $1.20 for 4 minutes of missed work. That's a whole $1 I'm missing out on. Dang. Well, those are the rules, as the saying goes. You know, sometimes I wake up and I feel like I'm suffocating. It's because of my room. And the reasons why I feel like there's at least 2 different reasons why it feels like I'm choking on nothing and I'm not getting any air and I'm suffocating to death in my room. Now this is strange because sitting in my car, I feel okay. I don't really feel like I'm suffocating right now, and a car is kind of an enclosed space, you know, although it's fucking freezing in here. But in my room, it's a big open room, right? And there's a vent, and there's air can maybe get through under the door, right? But in my room, sometimes I'll wake up suffocating because the air is dead. There's no oxygen in the room air because the air in the room, I'm assuming, is not getting circulated or something. I don't know. That's my first assumption as to why I'm waking up suffocating on air, because there's no oxygen in the air. The second reason, which makes no sense, because it's a big room. The second reason, somebody's walking their car, they're walking their dog, not walking their car, walking their dog right now at 4 a.m. The second reason why I feel I'm waking up suffocating is because I sometimes I don't do my dishes, and I have all this old food sitting in my room inside of my my food drawer. And the smell of the old food is rotten, and the rotten food smell and the rotten aerial bacteria creeps along and poisons the air and poisons the room. The rotten food and the smells and whatever it makes rotten food, air, smell, bacteria, aerial, airborne, faggoty nigger bacteria, and the airborne food, rotten air destroys the good air in the room, and that's why I'm waking up stuff, is because of rotten food in my room. And because the room air doesn't get circulated enough, and rotten air, rotten liquids, that's all I can say. No good circulation, and I think I notice it more if I'm hungry or thirsty too. So that's another reason. So there's 4 reasons. The last reason is because if you don't get enough water and food, then I think that contributes to it as well, maybe. But I've never really, I don't know. I don't know if I've had this experience in any other room before. Maybe in my car or something before, but never in a house of a room or something. It's like if you're 6 feet underground in a big treasure chest underground, and you're slowly running out of air until you run out of air, and then you can't breathe, and you're pounding on the treasure chest and stuff like that. It's kind of a situation like that, I think. So that's the situation, and so anyways, sorry, she's right next, just very close to my car with her dog again. So I think it's important that we explore our imagination. So tonight I've been thinking about this lake that I like back in my hometown. I was trying to think of ways to get into the lake. You have to sneak in because it's a homeowners association owned lake, which means there you can only get into the lake if you live in that town and if you pay the expensive lake price. So no one can get in or out of the lake unless they live in that town and have a monthly membership. You can't go in just for one day. You have to buy a monthly membership. AKA, therefore, there's no way for me to get into the lake unless I use amazing Jewish NEET tricks. Trick number 1, bringing a step ladder or a rope ladder to throw over the 8-foot fence, finding a way to sneak in from some unseen angle. There is a wooded area of the lake. I'm wondering if I can sneak in over the 8-foot fence through the wooded area of the lake using a step stool, a rope ladder, or digging a hole underneath the fence. And my 4th and final, most ingenious way to go into any fence, bring some sort of a car jack or some sort of a jack. Put it in between the metal bars. I'm anorexic. I'm very thin. All I have to do is somehow pry those metal bars apart a little bit, and my anorexic body can easily shift through most bars. If I can just figure out a way to push the bars a little bit wider than 5 or 7 or 8 inches, then I'll be able to contort my body to sneak through with a niggardly, powerful, big 8-foot tall metal fence. Assuming everything goes right, you'd have one of the most beautiful lakes at your disposal. Sand, walking sidewalk, grass, water, boats, kayaks. Anything your lake heart could desire is there at the lake. The only hard part is trying to figure out a sneaky, niggardly way to get into the niggardly lake. Speaking of which, a homeowners association owned lake is the same as legal segregation for the rich. How do we keep people out of our lake? How do we keep people out of our town? Simple. Create a homeowners association. You have to live near, and you have to pay enormous prices to be a part of the community. Otherwise, you are not welcome, and you cannot set foot in our perfect lake. But as I look through the metal bars of niggardly power and depression, I see the beautiful lake. It taunts me, wags its stupid blue-yellow pussy at me, saying, "Swim in me, Jer, swim in me. Don't you want to swim in the beautiful lake?" And yes, I do. I reach my hand through the metal bars, but the rest of my body cannot fit through, as the metal bars are clinging tightly, like some sort of a sexual attraction to the fence lake, a BDSM relationship, something that binds you. You are not able to pass through our gates to the heavens above. You are trapped in hell, in the anti-lake hell. You cannot come into our lake, but you can see through the bars. You can see the people having fun in the perfect water temperature. The sun is shining, the grass is shimmering, the sand is scorching, the water is wettening, dampening, trampening, hungry for someone to swim in it. Swim in me, Jared. Don't you remember the good times when you were young and you used to dive into my waters of pleasure? Of course I do. You're my lake. You'll always be my lake. What about the other lakes? No, you were always my favorite. I swear, you were always the one for me. But you can't have me. No, they made us illegal. No one can ever know. Don't worry, baby. Someday I will get back into that lake. I promise. So, we'll see if I can figure something out. But, other things on my mind. Portable bathtubs. Other things on my mind. The skateboard. Finding wheels to change my skateboard to make it better. Other things on my mind. Going home from work. It's cold. It's very cold at 4 in the morning. By the beach. It's cold. Every week I try to think of something fun and interesting to do. I have a lot of daydream fantasies in my head, but it's hard to make any of them come true. Hang gliding. A hang glider takes at least a lot of experience and training, and they cost $6,000, which I don't have. I slam my penis in the car door. Kite surfing. The beach is too far away. It's 20 minutes away. It's a tricky hobby to do. Plus, I don't have a kite surfing board or a kite, which also costs hundreds, if not thousands of dollars as well. Submarining. I don't have a submarine. Other ideas for a submarine. An idea for a submarine that I thought of a few days ago. Get some sort of plastic box that has air in it, kind of, and sink it to the bottom of the lake or the ocean. I'm by a lake. I don't know how I would sneak this box into the lake, but if I could, I'm sure someone would report me and get me kicked out. Anyways, if you had a lake or a body of water or something, all you need is a big plastic see-through box thing somehow. Then all you have to do is make sure it's kind of water airtight. Then all you have to do is throw it into the lake, get inside of it, and sink to the bottom, and bring a flashlight as well. Now, you're at the bottom of a lake, which is pretty cool. Plus, hopefully you're not too wet, because wetsuits are gay. I'd rather be dry when I'm inside the lake, inside my lake house, which is underneath the water inside the bottom of the lake. So, if you could just get a big plastic box and somehow sink it inside the lake, you would have your own lake room, rent-free, at the bottom of a lake. And it's all plastic, so you can see through any of it. Bring a flashlight, and you can look at the little swimming creatures at the bottom of the lake as you hang out inside of your new lake house at the bottom of the lake, or the sea. If you have an ocean by you, this can work in the ocean too. Maybe. I think it could work. We just got to figure out a way to do this. It's so simple. Other things I've been thinking about: zip lining, rock climbing, airplanes, underground stuff, Anything else? You know, just exciting, adventurous things. But I just don't know how to make any of them happen. That's the problem. Yeah. But if I win that 50 grand next week, I can use that 50 grand to buy a submarine house, build a submarine house, anchor it to the bottom of the ocean near my mom's house. I'm not sure if people would find it. Then you'd have a secret underground, under the sea lake house that's anchored to the bottom of the ocean. Or, you know, let's see, something like that. Something like that could work. You could build a tower, and all you need to do to build a tower is you just need a lot of bricks, and you just stack them on top of each other, and then, I think that could work for a tower, maybe. And bricks are cheap, and they're pretty tall. You just need a bunch of tall, heavy bricks, and then you just have to stack them, and maybe like put concrete on them or something when you're stacking them, and just make them really tall. And that's what I would do if I was building a tower. I would love to build the Twin Towers if I had a property. I've been thinking about buying off-grid property, but I'm broke. I have no money, really. Pretty broke. But if I did, I would love to build Twin Towers on the property and climb up them and look on top of the towers at whatever the hell is around that I want to look at. And then you get to climb down when you're done, when you're ready to go back down. That's what I would do. That's one of the things I would do if I had off-grid property. I would build Twin Towers really tall, as tall as I could build them, as tall as I want. I'm thinking like 3 stories tall. I'm thinking like at least 3 stories tall, maybe 2 stories. I'm thinking at least 2 or 3 stories tall, these towers. I'm serious. I would build them. I would just stack bricks. I don't know how to build anything or do anything, but I would stack bricks on top of each other until they got that tall, and then maybe they wouldn't fall down somehow or something. That's what I'd do, I think. Yeah, that's what I'd do. Plus, I'd build a pond lake. I would do that too, and I would also build a window building at the bottom of the lake, so you could go underwater and hang out underwater if you wanted to. I would do that. I'd build a pond lake. I would do that. I would do that. I would do that. Yep. If I was rich. Or if I was poor, I'd still try to do that. It doesn't matter. I'd still try to do it. And, I gotta piss sometime soon, but hell, I mean, I might even build a lake out of piss. No one's ever done that before, and I'm pretty good at collecting piss. Don't ask. So I think I could easily make a pond or an entire pond out of piss, which would be really funny. So guys, if I ever buy an off-grid property, I will make a pond out of human piss, and then I will show you guys videos of it if I end up doing that, because I could easily do that. And I don't know what would happen if you had a pond made out of piss. I don't know what animals would come to drink out of my piss pool pond, or if that would create some sort of nether magical gateway portal somehow to another dimension above in the air. Because I don't know, because nobody's ever done this shit before. Nobody's ever done a giant puddle pool of piss before. I mean, there's sewers that are kind of filled with, it's not the same. It might be the same. But, you just don't see stuff like this. You don't see people being creative anymore. There's no creativity. Everyone's a freedom faggot fucking slave in their fucking gay faggot fucking head. And they don't do anything with their entire lives and their entire imaginations. And they don't build piss ponds out of whatever. They don't do anything. If you have an apartment, what's stopping you from making buying a pool from Walmart and filling it with your own urine inside of your apartment, and putting in a water slide and daring your friends to, hey, if you lose this game of poker, last loser has to go through the water slide of my pants. Bring your swim trunks for poker night, boys. Loser has to slide into the slide through the oh my god. Slide through the pool of piss. I mean, that's funny, and that could be you. That could be anyone if they would just listen to the podcast and watch my cartoons, start figuring out. The gears in their heads will start turning. Once you start watching Zabujar cartoons, once you start listening to Zabujar podcasts, gears in your head will start to slowly wake up and turn and churn and kern and come and smack, fart and stuff, and you'll start waking up your, I thought I was uncreative my whole life. Boom, now all of a sudden you have more imagination than Mr. Megorium's Wonder Emporium, and more imagination than Willy Wonka. You know, and all these other, whatever, Pee Wee Herman, Harry Potter, all these creative people who lived in history. And there's other ones too. There's other ones. I don't know. Those are the big ones. Those are the Mount Rushmore of silly little creatures. Those are the Mount Rushmore. I gotta pee really bad. I'll be right back. I gotta go do a patrol too. I should call it a pee troll, because I gotta pee. I'll be right back, guys. Hey, I'm on the road. So if it's loud, it's because I'm on the road. And driving to work, second day of the week, final day of the week. And so my mom, she was like, your doctor told me you said you were hallucinating. Is this true? And I said, well, no, I was just talking crap. But what is a hallucination anyways? I think it could just be your mind playing tricks on you. If you're hallucinating at night, like what happens to me, I guess, if you want to call it that, really what it is that the dark, I have a very creative imagination. Probably the biggest imagination in the entire universe ever existed, planet Earth, for me. And so, probably, all that's happening is that your mind is literally playing a trick on you. And that's, so all schizophrenia is fake, and everyone who has a mental illness is a fake fraud, because all you have to do is pray the gay away, ask and ye shall receive. And so a lot of people don't even pray, and so I think a lot of people aren't even healed because they don't even try to pray, and so yeah, that's what I think people should do if they have a disease, any kind of disease. It doesn't matter what it is. I think they should try to pray. And there's still a big fire up here in LA. It's like, I don't know, 7 or 10% contained or something. So it's still the smoke. Like you can really smell the smoke. It smells. Let's just say I might get another headache tonight at work because I got to walk through the smoke for 2 hours. And I sit in my car for the other 6 hours. And your butt hurts when you sit in the car for 6 hours, but then also you get a headache from the smoke because of the fire up in LA. And the fire was started in Malibu, kind of, at the big celebrity homes. Daniel Taj from Taj.0 lives in Malibu. And P. Diddley had a mansion in Malibu and Ventura. So why did all these celebrities' homes burst in flames? Are they trying to cover their tracks now that
Trump is president? Did Kamala have propaganda, blackmail evidence on all these celebrities, which is why they all started to endorse her at the last minute of her gay campaign, and now they lit all their houses on fire because her campaign failed? I don't know. These are gay, dumb questions. For gay, dumb nigger, whatever, it doesn't matter because politics is gay, and it doesn't matter. These are just silly little theories that you can entertain with your brain if you please, but in the end, they don't matter. The only thing that matters is you gaining as much spiritual knowledge about God's mysteries as possible in this lifetime, I think, or basically doing whatever you want to do about stuff. But I think maybe one of those two things. But all the other gay shit on TV and the internet doesn't matter. Trust me. You can trust me if you want. You actually don't even have to trust me. You can trust in yourself, which is what you should be doing. You shouldn't even be trusting a creature like me. You should not be doing that. But if you want to do that, then go ahead, do it! And so almost at work here, just a couple inches away. So, hey guys, I didn't mean to yell back then. It's just that driving on the road gets me a little excited. And I think it gets other people excited too. It's not even just me. I think a lot of people can get a little bit excited when they drive on the road. And this exit's 20 miles per hour. This guy next to me is going 60. You gotta slow down to 20, you dumb, silly little person creature. You have to slow down to 20. Not a 60. It's a 20 exit lane. It's a 20 miles per hour exit lane, not a 60. But nobody pays attention to that sign. But it's 20. And I think that's important because the exit has a very sharp turn, so you need to slow down to 20. So that's why the faggot sign is there, that slow down to 20, because it's got a sharp ass Speed Racer. What's that other anime called? You know, that 90s anime with the fast cars and the whatever fast. You know, I don't remember. Initial D is the anime I was thinking of. I'm at work now. I gotta go for a second. Well, actually, I have 2 minutes till I have to start. I have never gotten here this early before in my life. I'm usually 4 minutes late, but I thought I would spice things up and leave my house early, and I actually got to work 2 minutes early. That's insane. I've never been early for work here, ever. I'm always late. Always late, and I've been working here for about, I don't even remember how long I've been working here, maybe 5 or 8 months. I haven't even been keeping track, or I don't even remember when I started. But actually, I think I've been here for quite a long time. Now that I think about it, because usually, all my other jobs, I usually quit after a few weeks. Except for my last job, I think I stayed there for 1.5 years. And that was my longest job ever. And so I guess now I'm going for a new world record of longest job I've ever had. And then I had one job where I worked there for 11 months. And that was my second longest job. And then all my other jobs, I lasted like 3 or 5 weeks, I'd say. 2 to 5 weeks, I'd say. And that was like 4 or 6 jobs spanning throughout, you know, like 15 years. Hold on, I gotta clock in real quick. It almost makes me I threw out my voice with yelling earlier in the car on the podcast. It almost makes me wonder if the Bible is secretly filled with sex magic. I'm talking about the New Testament in particular. Jesus humbled himself on an ass as he came into Jerusalem, as he come into the garden, hanging on the cross. Why does the Bible use words like come and ass? Is this a hint to different jizzing sex magic? Is that what they're getting at? I have no idea. Some people have. A couple of people have wondered that, I'm sure. I'm sure there's a few people. Christ humbled himself on an ass. He came on an ass into Jericho, into the garden, into Jerusalem. Why use words like ass and come in the Bible? I'm confused. Why those were, because we all know those words have double meanings, double connotations. Whatever you're doing, you're feeding yourself into a different current. There's multiple different currents throughout the realm. There are all maybe. That's just something I've been thinking about. I have no proof of that. If you're angry, you're feeding into an angry current of emotional, spiritual, soulful, gay, spirit, new age buzzword, 2000s, early 2000s buzzword of yoga current. You're feeding into an angry energy aura current. There's another buzzword right there, aura. If you're sad, you're feeding into a depression current. Think of river currents flowing through the air invisibly all throughout the realm. Horny currents. If you're getting horny, you're feeding into a horny current. Sexual current, angry current, confused current, amnesia current. There could be invisible river currents all throughout the realm that we can't see, that we're feeding our energy into, and that are being fed by other people as well, so that they keep flowing like rivers. Have you noticed that our eyeballs look like a globe Earth? Look at your eyeball real quick in the mirror, and you'll notice that your eye is a circle shape. It's got a black hole in the middle, and it's got land all around it. Veiny tree creatures that go around the pupil of your eye and go out to the iris. Iris. And your eye is white. Does this mean on the outside of the firmament it's all white light? I think that could very well be the case. All white, pure light on the outside of our seeable firmament. At night it looks black, but during the day, could it be white? Could it be white all the time? Could the outside of our eyes be white? Could the night sky, when it's dark, be a giant iris that covers the entire realm? Could a giant eyeball be what's circling above our realm, so at night it's white, and then during the day it's light and white and black? You have to be careful of which currents you're feeding with what you're doing, with how you're feeling and thinking and saying, because you're feeding into different currents potentially. I just made all that up, but it could actually be seriously true. You have to be careful about what you're feeding, what currents are being fed, because then those currents are going to get stronger through this realm based on what you specifically are feeding into them and giving into them and spending time on into them. It's a very important. And a lot of people in the comments have been asking what is the right thing to chant during certain kinds of drum circles and things. I think one of the best words you can chant during some sort of a spiritual bongo drum circle that you're entertaining inside of is teeth, which I think we can allow ourselves to try right now really quick. Teeth, 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 teeth. Teeth, 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 teeth. Now, you're going to need some sort of drum or bongo for this when you chant, because that's what drums are for, and that's what drum circles are for as well. That's what it's all about. You put your right foot in and then left foot out, and you shake it in the thing, and then you take it all around. You do the hokey pokey and you turn it all around. That's what it's all about. What is it all about? What are the real meaning purposes behind these bizarrely strange fairy tale songs? London Bridge is falling down. London Bridge has never fallen down before. That's what it's all about. The hokey pokey. What does that mean? What's that about? What's the London Bridge about? Life is but a dream. What's that song about? Is it telling us that this life is just one big dream? Is it our dream? Is it your dream? Is it God's dream? Is it someone else's dream? Are we just actors inside of a dream like Inception? Is life but a dream? That's what I think a lot of people are wondering right now as well. Is this life just a dream that we're having a hard time waking up from? What's going on with this dream? Why does it go on so long? Why can't we wake up from it? Who's asleep? Is it me or you or someone we don't know? And other fairy tale songs and whimsical songs of weird kind of things. Old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O. And on that farm he had a cow, E-I-E-I-O. What is that song trying to tell us? The wheels on the bus go round and round. Was that trying to tell us something? What are these brainwash MK Ultra forced to listen to in all through your childhood songs, trying to monarch program MK Ultra buzzword Illuminati into our brain heads through brainwashing and forced re-listening and repetition to create these Manchurian candidates and people
psychos, turning people into psychos who are obsessed with either the Democrats or Republicans, and that's all they want. Their political party's all they think about. They're just always about their party, and that's what their life's about, and that's what it's all about. And that's what they're doing, that's what they're thinking. I gotta vote. Your vote matters. Make sure you vote. This boy told me to vote the other day, and I told him voting's not for me. But I don't like to get too harsh on people, but you guys know I think voting is a scam. I would never vote for a billionaire, let alone a trillionaire like Musk. I would never vote for a billionaire. And guess what? All the candidates are billionaires except for Jill Stein. And a lot of people aren't even going to vote for Jill Stein. The crazy thing is a lot of people aren't going to vote for Jill Stein, who isn't a billionaire. They're going to go, well, I do like billionaires. I guess we better vote for a billionaire. When meanwhile, everyone you know isn't a billionaire. So why would you even vote for a billionaire? And also, voting is a scam because it's what this country needs is not necessarily leaders. It needs all of us to be a leader. We need to vote for ourselves and believe in ourselves, and we need to make the change that we want to make. We can't. We need to make the change that we want to make, because we can't just rely on faggots, especially billionaire faggots, to change our country for the better when all they care about is satanic rituals underground on private islands and getting more cash and bucks to go suck more Jew cock and Jazreel over across the ocean. You know what I mean? So it's all a huge scam, joke, retarded, gay-ass, Niger joke, and so I don't want any part of it. And by you voting, it is giving consent into the current of brainwashed slave mentality current. And that is true and real, and all that can be backed up by whatever you hear on my podcast and my cartoons. And make sure you watch my cartoons, because they are very deep. A lot of them go a lot deeper than you guys might think about. What is this cartoon really about? Farting, smeg, and cum? There's a real message behind all the cartoons. You just have to look really, really hard. Really hard. Otherwise, you're going to miss it. You're going to miss the point. Sorry, there's a car driving by, and I need to go talk to my coworker in a second. I really wanted to swim in the hotel pool this weekend, but the fire from the nearby towns has got the pool covered in ash, so can't fulfill my pool fantasy quite yet. Hopefully they clean it up soon, and when I come back next week to work, I can use the hotel pool. Assuming you and I are still alive next week and the fire is gone and they clean it up, and etc., etc. Can they stop the fire within a week? I don't know. I hope so, because everything smells gross and smoky. Actually, I kind of like the smell of smoke, to be honest, but I know it's not very healthy because I'm getting headaches from inhaling this deliciously scented smoke smell throughout LA. And I mean, there you go. I bet it does make you feel like you're at a barbecue all day, but you get headaches and eye aches. The back of my right eye hurt pretty bad last night from the smoke. I think the smoke probably had something to do with that, maybe. And so I still have a job. I still live on the grid. That's why I have a job. You have to, unless you get those tasty NEET bucks, then I guess you gotta work on the grid or something. I don't know. Well, at least I do, because for some reason my family charges me a ton in rent. So, I don't know. They don't even want me to get NEET bucks. They would prefer I just go get a real career. That's what they always tell me, to go get a real career and a wife and all this stuff. And newsflash, there's no real careers anymore unless you're a genius and you have a computer science degree, which I don't think I could get, because I'm not that great at math, and I think it's boring. And to get a computer science degree, you have to be really good at math. And I don't really care for math. And computers, they're a little bit boring. I like to make cartoons on them, but I don't know. And I don't know if I can wrap my head around coding very well. It seems kind of tricky. A little bit tricky, but people say I could, though, so I probably could. But I don't know if I could, but people say I probably could because I'm extremely intelligent when it comes to like fart jokes and stuff like that, and pissing jokes and smeg. And people say, would you rather drink your smeg or lose an arm and a leg? And write in the comments, would you rather lose an arm or a leg or drink a gallon of your own smeg? I'd love to hear what you guys would say in the comments about that. I think a lot of people would just drink the smeg, and because losing a limb would be really bad. I mean, speaking of losing a limb, a lot of people lost their job during the Blovid era because but a lot of people didn't lose their job also because a lot of people were coerced into taking the Draxine. And when they took that, they were able to keep their job. A lot of these people have families, girlfriends, wives. They say, if you don't get this Draxine into your bloodstream right now, you're fired. And a lot of boys said, well, I got to support my family. I can't work at McDonald's. So they were forced to get the Draxine to keep their jobs. Problem is, a lot of them passed away from passing gas. And now they definitely can't help their family because they're dead underground like a dumb nigger retard idiot. And so they took the Draxine. They were coerced. It's sad. They were brainwashed. They were gullible sheep. They took it. Now they're gone in the dirt. Now they can't support their family because they're under the ground. But people, what was I trying to say here? Would you rather be poor or dead? Because a lot of people, they said, well, I can't be poor. I have a family, but now they're gone. Now they're gone forever. Well, their soul is probably immortal, but their physical body, their last physical body is now passed away. And so I think in that situation, I would have said I would rather be poor than dead. But I don't have an infant that I have to feed every day, I don't have that. But even if I did, I might just feed them McDonald's fries and just be poor because I wouldn't want to pass away from something that's risky. But then the other thing too is all the propaganda told people that it was safe and effective when it was the opposite, right? And so because of that, a lot of people didn't even, for some reason, their discernment, it's like they didn't have any discernment from the Lord for some reason. That could have been their portion here in Malkuth. A lot of people have portions, and your portion is determined by your spiritual life and, I don't know, maybe destiny or something, but people have destined portions. For example, the wicked people who eat youngsters underground, their portion is this world. They have no portion in the world to come or heaven or anything like that. Their portion is to be evil psychotic freaks here and to burn in hell hopefully and stuff like that, and that's their portion. Whereas you and I, our portion is in not just this place, if not much here probably, but the world to come hopefully, a better portion in the future to come for us. That's the Jewish thing. They believe in a portion in the world to come, a piece of the pie that's currently in the oven, but when it gets out of the oven, it's going to be a tasty pie, and all of you nice godly boys out there are going to have a tasty piece of pie in the world to come because of your, I don't know, spiritual life and good deeds and whatever you think, you're working on your salvation, and that means something to the Lord when you work on your salvation, you know what I mean? And so I know a lot of Christians get pissed off. They say, no, good deeds, that's Catholic, that's evil. But Judaism is good deeds. It's because there's in the Old Testament it says no man can take your sins. I know that a lot of Christians have a lot of problems with that verse in Judaism and with Catholicism and stuff like that. Good deeds, but and Kabbalah as well, right? Good deeds and stuff like that. But anyways, I gotta talk to my coworker. I'll be right back. Hey guys. Yeah, just about a little less than 7 hours left. Yikes. And it is freezing cold. It's ice cold outside of the car, and it feels pretty ice cold inside the car as well. I'm probably gonna have to use my blanket. And I even have a second jacket on, but my feet feel like they're in a freezer. And I have shoes on, but they're just Skechers tennis shoes. My feet feel like they're in a freezer. Ice cold out there tonight and ice cold in the car. And yeah, if you sleep in your car, make sure you have a blanket because you're going to need it if you're a car sleeper person. And anyways, like I was saying, a lot it's like people who got the Traxine. It's like it's like they weren't thinking like, well, they're forcing me to take a Traxine to keep my job, right? Okay, I guess I'll do it. But what about next time? What about next time they say, okay, you want to keep your job? You have to let us cut off your entire cock. And is most of the realm, is most of this small part of our realm going to go along with it again? I think a lot of people, shit, I really don't know, because you got to see, most people were gullible sheep who went along with it. So if they try to do it again pretty soon for, say, Mpox or some other gay fake disease or whatever, or some sort of gay fake thing again, are people going to go along with it the second time? If they create a disease creature thing, and then they create a antidote, are people going to simply roll over and take the Traxine again, or have their cock and balls cut off to keep their job again? I hope not, but seeing as how supposedly most of the realm got the Traxine, it would be very pathetic if the human spirit did something like that again. And I don't really understand why the human spirit did that thing in the first place. It makes you wonder how so many people are brainwashed. I know that sounds pretentious, but instead of saying brainwash, we can just say how they didn't have discernment to keep themselves safe from something so completely evil and retarded and niggardly dangerous. Because I'm just going to sound like a pretentious cuck if I say, oh, the normies are goyim, brainwashed MK Ultra cucks, coming from a guy who, sits in his room all day. Okay? I'm not saying I'm some Superman, but I think I do have pretty good discernment on stuff. And that's all I'm going to say about it. And it's, I don't know, it's just, I just have a huge IQ. I'm basically like Elon Musk with AIDS. Without AIDS. And he's a fake gay Niger as well. I don't think he has the brain power to actually build rockets while at the same time building electric cars, while at the same time building super advanced AI robots. He's just a face or a front man for you can call it a deep straight, what the deep straight is doing. And by deep straight, I mean the hand behind the scenes of this lying, faggoty, fake realm that shows its hand to us in many ways, such as with the Illuminati card game, or the Twin Towers that came down on the most important day we've ever seen in the last. Wouldn't you say that was the most important, big, most watched, popular, attention-seeking ritual that has been done to humans in this realm in at least the last 100 years that we know about? There could have been other ones that weren't even documented, but as much as, that's. Jer, why do you give so much attention to 911 in your cartoons and things? It's because that was the biggest blatant gay faggoty ritual that's ever been done on humanity in like 100 years maybe. It's kind of a big deal. As far as the most evil rituals ever go, it's kind of a big deal. And it wasn't even a truthful ritual. It's just a lie ritual. You know, if they came out and they just took 3,000 people and started sawing off their brains in the middle of the street with intent, people would say, "Oh, that's the most evil thing I've ever seen." But the way they set it up is like, "Oh, well, geez, you know, it was this mysterious group of boys who flew these propelled things that they took from the skies, and, you know, it was just one of those things, and the people in the buildings were just at the wrong place at the wrong time." If you think of it like a sacrificial ritual, then 3,000 people is a good amount of people to die in in a 1 hour time span. There's always also so many bizarre things about the entire ritual. Why the buildings turn into dust instead of fall down like a normal building. What kind of technology has the ability to turn matter into dust? I'll tell you, it's some sci-fi weird-ass shit technology that they won't even give the public. If they had a ray machine that turned our trash into dust, we wouldn't even need landfills. We wouldn't even need garbage trucks. You'd say, "Okay, honey, I'm going to take the trash out back and shoot it with my machine ray that turns it into dust." And she'd say, "Okay, no problem." But they keep it for themselves, and they use it in this ritual where the buildings came down and they literally turned into dust. There's no debris on the ground. There's no millions of pounds of cement and all the other things. Everything was turned into a fine dust, including the people in the building, which wasn't many because most of them felt so hot from the technology working on the buildings at the time that they jumped out of a building. Most people aren't going to jump out of a building when there's just a small little fire or a plane or whatever it is. They're going to stay in the building and wait for help. If you were trapped in a building, you would wait for help. You wouldn't go, I'm going to jump. But that's what all of them did because the inside of the building was probably so hot from the sci-fi tech turning everything into dust that these people just had to get out of the evil magic technology that was happening inside of there. And so that's why they ended up jumping. That's the real reason why everyone ended up jumping. Because of the evil faggot tech that the Illuminati cocksucking Nigers were using. And it's the most fascinating ritual that we've ever seen. And so that's why I am intrigued by it. And I don't know why a lot of people don't pay more attention to it or seem to care about anything besides material wealth and things like that, which are fake, gay, faggot, AIDS nonsense bullshit in this entire faggot realm. AIDS, cash, and money is retarded, and it's dumb, and it's fake. And no matter how many people I tell that to, they can't get it through their thick, faggot fucking skulls, man. Sorry for the rude words. But people can't get it through their thick skulls that money is fake and nonsense. And no matter how much you tell them, they say, "Well, can money buy me a cheeseburger? Can it buy me a sparkly car? Can it buy me a sparkly house? Can it get me a boat? Can it get me a girlfriend? Can it get me it can get me a girl wife? Can it get me a I don't even know what normies buy with their money. I literally, can I just put it in a savings account and never touch it again? Wow, it's really cool. I can get this. Look at how much I've gathered of this fake green paper that you can rip in half with 2 fingers. Look at how much I'm getting. Look at girls like this. Look at the boys respect me. My kids respect me because I have all this green paper and it's really, really cool. I guess it seems like the entire population is under some evil mind control. The spirit has been broken down and kicked. The spirit's chained up and shackled like a nagger in a plantation. "Please whip me, massa. Massa, whip me so I can get some money. Please keep me as your slave, massa. Massa, please, massa. Pay me $1 and I'll be your slave forever, massa." You know, it's just, it just makes me want to go run a marathon out in the middle of Alaska, where Alex, what's the guy's name from the Wilderness book? Alex Clamorant. That's a Pokemon, maybe. Alex. Frick. Somebody write his gay ass name in the comments, please. Alex
see something. I did watch the film, and I don't know if I read the book. I might have read the book too, but Alex Kanderantz, can't remember his last name. You know, he died in Alaska. And look, dying is not optimal. I think he made some big mistakes when he went there and died, but I respect the gumption. I respect it. You know, he gave away, you guys have all read the gay book, he gave away all of his possessions, he gave all of his money away to charity, I don't know if he gave his car away, he gave all of his money to charity before he ran to Alaska and tried to survive, and he tried his hardest, but he died. Alaska's pretty hard to survive by yourself, it gets pretty cold. But he tried, and he gave away all of his possessions, which is what Christ tells Christians to do, but none of them actually do it. And he actually did it, and I don't even think he was a Christian. So, thankfully, Christians will get to hang out with Jeffrey Dahmer in heaven, because good deeds don't get you into heaven. It's actually just, before you die, you say, Jesus, I'm with you. And right there, Jesus is like, okay, Jeffrey, you're coming to heaven right now, and you're going to meet everyone. I can't wait to meet Jeffrey Dahmer in heaven when me and all the Christians get up to heaven. And, you know, he said he liked Jesus 5 minutes before he died after he ate a bunch of people, and I just can't wait to see him and hang out with him. I'm not, you know, I need to stop being a cunt about things. People can believe whatever they want. I don't care. But make sure you guys tell Jeffrey to watch my cartoons when you get into heaven through Jesus Christ. When you get to heaven through Jesus Christ, tell Jeffrey to watch my cartoons. Because I think he would actually like them, because they're pretty weird. They're pretty edgy. They're pretty edgy cartoons. And, yeah, I don't care. I'm just, yeah. People can believe whatever they want. I don't care. And now I'm sounding like an evil, rancid cunt for dogging on people for their own beliefs. What a world. Anyways, I have to pee really bad. Don't tell anybody. So I'm gonna go to the bathroom and I'll be right back. But hey, keep your chin up, whoever's listening to this. Keep your chin up and keep your spirits up. If that means you gotta drink a bottle of Capri Sun or a juice box or a soda to keep your spirits up, then maybe you should do that. Maybe you should do that. You should just do things, I think, that will help keep your spirit up sometimes. I think that's an important thing to do. Is to keep your spirit up by doing things you enjoy that pump you up. That's my advice for anyone listening to this. I think that's pretty decent advice sometimes. I think that's not that bad of advice. So, that's my advice. I was just in the elevator, and there was a couple in there. And they said, have a good night, sir. They called me sir. But I think that they were older than me. So it just felt weird that they were calling me sir, because I still feel kind of young. So it feels weird when people call you sir, who are older than you when you're only 32. I guess people think that's old, but... And it was a couple, and the man was a lot shorter than me. I need to point that out, because... There you go. But they called me sir, and... Anyways... And, it's just really cold out there, and I'm in the public bathroom right now. It's warm in here compared to out there. So I'm in the public bathroom. And so far the night is normal and quiet and cold and smoky. And I guess I'm pretty hungry. I haven't eaten yet today, and now it's pushing on 2 a.m. here.
And I haven't eaten yet today. I made a boba drink. I made a boba drink with some chocolate milk, and I put boba balls in it, and I had that before work. Chocolate milk with really tasty boba balls inside of it. It was good. The boba balls are tasty, but I did just have some diarrhea, so probably the boba balls probably gives you diarrhea or something. That's my guess. But I would do it all over again because boba tastes good, and that's all there is to it. So yeah, I would do it all over again. And I just want to say, I picked up some eggs yesterday, and this morning I cooked some eggs and hot dogs, and I chopped up the hot dogs and I put in the eggs. And eggs are cheap, they're filling, they're healthy, and they're really tasty, even without any salt and pepper. So I think eggs are the perfect food, especially for off-grid food. It's like God gave us the perfect food for off-grid, or just for people who don't cook much, and it's eggs. And you heard it on this podcast here first. If you're a NEET, you need to start buying eggs immediately and eating and cooking them because they're easy to cook, healthy, filling, tasty, and they're the best food in the entire world. And I'm going to have to look up egg recipes because it's the perfect food. So I'm going to be starting to cook. I'm going to try to cook eggs every single day for every single meal now, because you can get a 12-pack for $3 or $4 of eggs. And so that's what I'm going to do. So that's what I need to do. That's what I need to do. Because for the past year or two, I've just been buying microwavable chicken tenders and eating those for pretty much every meal. But I think I'm going to switch to eggs, which is healthier and stuff, or something like that. I don't know. Or maybe I just need a break from the chicken tenders. Seriously. So I've made the commitment. I'm going to start making eggs all the time, 24/7. So, and I'll let you guys know how that goes. I'll update you on the eggs. And I'd recommend it for anyone who listens. You should get a chicken. All of us should get pet chickens and have our own eggs. I'm dead serious. I don't know if my sister will let me because it's her house and they want to die when the grid goes off. So I don't know if we can have chickens. They're the perfect off-grid, anti-grid, anti-Illuminati faggot machine is a chicken. It's free food for life. Go get a chicken now and collect rainwater in big buckets and then filter it using Berkey's filters, or I forgot the name of mine, but you just need to, or a life straw, or I forgot all my water filters. But chickens and water filters, that's all you need to survive in the upcoming gay faggot EMP apocalypse, if one does in fact come. All you need is chickens and water. That's it. That is the secret that I've discovered, and I just put it together in my head just now. To beat the faggot Illuminati Nigers, all you need is chickens and water filters, and that's it. I'm a genius. So I just saved all of you guys from dying, because that's all you need to do. So go buy a chicken right now. A living one, not one that you cook. I'm talking about a living chicken, because they scat out an egg every day. It's free food every single day. It's 1 egg a day. You get 5 chickens, you get 5 eggs a day. It's that easy. And then you just get a water filter to collect rainwater, or even better if you can dig a well or get lake water or whatever. But if you can't, then collect rainwater. That's your best bet. And that's it. That's all you have to do to live off grid. Probably that's probably all you have to do. So I might do that. I might buy off grid, put up a small cabin, get chickens and water, and that's it. That's all you need to do. That's all you have to do. I'm a genius. How do I think of this? How do I keep thinking of this? And this is easy to do. This isn't rocket science. We don't need their cell phones. We don't need their internet. We don't need their cars. We don't need their trains and planes and phones. We don't need all this shit. All you need is a chicken and a water filter. That's it. You probably don't even need a water filter, to be honest. There's some people who just drink straight rainwater and they're fine. So all we need is chickens. That's it. They're the perfect animal. That's all we need is chickens. That's what this podcast is about. Chickens and eggs. That's what it's always been about. Yeah. So this is kind of a huge revelation. I don't think you guys are grasping this. I don't think you're grasping the revelation. I gotta be quiet. I don't want to wake up the hotel people. But, anyways, I really don't want to leave this warm bathroom. Because it's freezing out there. It was so windy the other day that the tree blew over at my work, and it's a big ass tree. And it fell on top of this small little sign, and the sign is holding up this giant tree. It's actually really beautiful if you think about it. This tiny little sign is holding up this massive freaking tree. And I took pictures of it. And it's amazing that this sign is so strong, even though it's so small. And that's us. We're strong. We can hold up trees, and we might look small, but we're big. We're huge. Compared to ants, we're huge. We don't even know how big we are. We're massive. We are huge. Okay? I know the dumb school system will say that we're tiny because the universe is huge. Don't believe them, they're all cocksuckers. You're huge. You're bigger than the universe. You're bigger than a boulder. You're bigger than a rock, than a meteor, okay? You're not even small. You're giant, so don't even worry about it. And that's all you gotta remember, is that you're bigger than you think you are. You're bigger than that. I'm just, so this world should be called Gaslit World, because all the news and everything is just gaslighting people. So I think they should change the name from Earth to Gaslight World. But a lot of people maybe feel like, they're going to cause another 91.1 event ritual, even bigger than the one in 2001. This time they'll have 69 planes and 420 towers or something, and or an EM space P blast, or whatever it is, right? Because Elon Musk just put out a tweet of a music video or something, and Trump has red eyes, just like Biden had red eyes, right? And Trump is in hell, and just like the most evil stuff ever from Musk and Trump, So you get all the evil stuff from Biden, and then now you get all the evil stuff from Elon and Trump. So it's just, both sides are just totally evil. So so at least people should have voted for Jill Stein, but they probably would have rigged it anyways towards Trump anyways, even if Mrs. Stein I'm not talking about R.L. Stein, who wrote the Goosebumps books. I'm talking about Jill Stein. Because at least I think maybe she wasn't a billionaire, like the other candidates. If you actually believed in voting, which it's gay-tarded here, so I wouldn't, it doesn't matter anyways. So, but, yeah, so the Trump, he says how evil, the Democrats are, which of course they are. But then he becomes president, and then first thing on Elon's Twitter is this demonic video of Trump with red eyes, and he's in hell, and it shows the Truman Show, which shows us exactly what is happening. Everyone here is brainwashed and in a fake, false reality. It shows the part of the Truman Show where he gets to the edge of the Earth, the flat Earth dome firmament, right? And Elon put that in his little music video, because he's showing everyone that this is fake and gay and retarded, and you're all in a fake, simulated Matrix reality. That's why they make movies like The Matrix and The Truman Show, to show people, to show us that we're in a fake reality, that all this shit is gay and it's fake. The TV's fake and gay, everything. And I mean, even it's so funny and angry, the amount of gaslighting, because they'll show you Mr. Trump they'll show you he's at a rally, and then someone will fire a thing at him, and then he has his ear he has some like blood on his ear and his chin. Somehow the blood went from his ear to his chin, figure it out. And he smears the blood on his mouth like to look like a snake tongue, if that wasn't weird enough already. And then his ear is magically healed. No wound and no scar, right? But then, to make it even more in your face, to call you a huge fucking Niger retard faggot to your face, even more than they already do nonstop on the TV, they show the picture of the person wielding the crappy little pistol that the guy had. And supposedly the pistol owner was a 23-year-old man. And to rub it in your face even more, they show you a picture of him. The only picture they use of him is when he's 10 years old. And so everyone turns on the news and say, oh, there's the guy who made a pass at Trump. And everybody's like, sorry, there's a truck right here. And everybody's like, and sorry, there's a truck parking next to me. And I don't want to look homeless, so I'm going to take the blanket off in case they walk over here. I don't think they're going to walk over here, though, but I don't want to look too homeless when they come out. So then everyone turns on their TV and, honey, did you hear a guy with a pistol made a pass at Trump? And look, it's on the news. They turn on the TV news, and you see a picture of a 10-year-old white little boy. And everybody's like, what? A 10-year-old tried to take down Mr. Trump at a rally? And they're like, well, no, he's not 10, he's 23, but the only picture they're showing of him is when he's 10. Everybody's like, what? Why wouldn't they show a picture of him when he's 23? Why would they show a picture of him when he's 10? Why would they rub it in your face that a young kid took a really crappy little pistol and tried to assassinate Mr. Trump? If they actually wanted him gone, they would use high sci-fi technology like a heart attack GUN or a remote-controlled drone or anything. But they give an MK Ultra person a crappy little pistol, and they expect him to hit him from that far away. It's ridiculous. It's so stupid. And and then they turn on their TV. They see a picture of a 10-year-old little boy who tried to take down the president. It's so in your face how much they call all of us cattle faggot idiots. It's quite annoying to be living in this realm with the most evil, wicked pieces of shit who've ever like lived, I guess you could probably say. But it just kind of bugs me, because I have screens and I look at the screens, and the screens send information to me, and it's gaslighting information, and it affects people around me who take cursed items such as vaccines and stuff like that, and then it irks me and gaslights me even more to hate this realm as much as I already do, I guess you could say, because of the wicked and their plans and their tricks and their evil ways, and it bugs me more and more and more and more. And then they throw it in your face all the time, more and more and more, in your face, in your face, in your face. It's like, it's insane, you know. If they want to have their billions of dollars of stolen green paper and live on an island and eat youngsters, fine, go do that. But leave us alone. But they won't leave you alone. They could do that if they wanted to, but they keep coming on the TV screen. They say, hey, you got to take this new vaccine. We're not going to leave you alone. You're going to take your job. You already have billions of dollars. What do you need my job for? Oh, we need it. We need your job, and you better take the vaccine. Can't you just spend your billions of dollars and go on a nice boat vacation or eat youngsters on an island over there? We do that, but I have to come on TV every few days and remind you of how much I hate you and how much of a piece of shit you are. And I have to keep poking and prodding you and gaslighting you 24/7. These are the most evil demon pieces of shit ever, and it just kind of bugs me. Maybe it shouldn't bug me because we shouldn't give all this stuff attention, or we shouldn't give it, attention, really. We should be living our own life away from this society, or at least from this evil forces in our society, to break away from that somehow. That's really what I believe. And they've made it difficult because they've given everyone nice technology to get them addicted to their society, and nice, tasty, fast, salty food to get them addicted to their society, and money. You know, the funny thing I was thinking about, if you're a boomer, you know, houses used to be dirt cheap. Cars were dirt cheap and better and made out of metal. Everything was dirt cheap, right? So, at least for my parents, and maybe some of your parents or grandparents, I know some of you guys, my parents were poor, my grandparents were poor, I'm from Mexico, I don't know what it is. But at least for America, a lot of people would maybe agree that houses and cars and things and material wealth was way more abundant and way cheaper for our parents and grandparents, right? And I often wonder if that was specifically just to get our parents and grandparents addicted to wealth. Because now, pretty much all of them are. And they're thinking, well, I got a car when I was 10. I got my first house when I was 5. And they don't know that you can't do that anymore. But also, in the act of getting all these nice, wonderful, convenient things like machines and furniture, houses, cars, wives, girlfriends, all these things that they got at our age, or, well, I'm 30, but, younger than our age. Now, they're addicted to those things. They think, I need a new car, I need to get a new house, I need more material wealth, I need more fun objects to play with, I need to do this, I need to get my grandson a motorbike, I need to get my granddaughter a Barbie dream house, because I bought my house when I was 5, So I think they made everything cheaper back then to get everyone hooked on faggot shit. And in case you didn't notice, under Trump, everything was cheaper as well. Gas prices, grocery prices, all this material bullcrap was cheaper, possibly to get more people invested in material wealth. Oh, look, everything's cheap. I can afford stuff now. Oh, now I can put money in my bank account that I'll never use. Oh, this is awesome. I'm getting rich. I'm getting rich from my savings account. I can buy a new car. Oh, thank you, Mr. Trump. I can buy a new house. I can buy a new pair of LeBron Niger shoes. Thank you, Trump. This is awesome. Material wealth is awesome. I'm hooked on this society. This society is awesome that, sends missiles to explode giant parts of Gaza youngsters. This is amazing. And I'm sending my taxpayers for missile strikes on Gaza youngsters? Count me in. I can get LeBron shoes? Well, it's worth it. It's worth it. This society is worth it. keep taking my fake cash for measles. I love those measles streaks on youngsters, you know. So it's quite a good feeling to know you're alive. It's such a happy feeling. You're growing inside, and when you wake up, ready to say, I think I'll make a snappy new day. It's such a good feeling, a very good feeling, a feeling to know that we're friends. That's Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, 1970. And it had some catchy little songs in it. It's still the craziest thing to me how many people willingly got cragsinated when they were told to get cragsinated. And how many people put on masks and stuff, right? And what's even sadder, what's also sad is because I didn't tell enough people not to get cragsinated because I'm shy and I didn't want people to get angry at me. Because when you try to tell people stuff that goes against their mind control stuff, then they get grumpy. So a lot of people get grumpy and they can't have a conversation without getting grumpy. And I don't like hostility, and so I was too shy to speak up to people around me to not get cragsinated. And then people got cragsinated. And yeah, so it's quite unfortunate. So one of my goals is to not be as shy with stuff like that and to try to speak my mind more about that, even though it will make people grumpy and will make people grumpy. Particularly to those people that I know in real life, but even to people on the net. Like, I talked to a person the other day, and they were telling me to vote, and I didn't tell them that voting is dumb. Because they're very interested in, they're very convinced in the voting process, I'll say. And so I just kind of didn't say much. So obviously I still have a lot to work on with shyness and stuff like that when it comes to helping people not do something extremely evil and retarded to their bodies or whatever it is, right? And I'm sure we're going to get more opportunities like that in the future with Musk's brain chips and robots and all that gay shit, right? So, what do you guys think? You guys think there's going to be a big-ass event soon? Or maybe not so soon? 91.1 version 2? Crank up more planes, more trains, more towers? You know, what's going to happen this time, you know? And think about this. If they convinced that many people to get vaccinated, think about when their savior, Mr. Trump, tells everyone that there's an alien invasion from outer space, and that the only way to fight is to get armed and go attack the aliens from outer space. Think about how many of your sucker, hypnotized, brainwashed, nigger idiot neighbors are going to go and fight aliens in outer space. And it's all going to be, it is ridiculous. But they're going to fall for it the same way they fell for the trick a few years ago. When it comes out of Emperor Savior Trump's mouth that aliens are real and they're attacking. And that you have to help, you have to join the Space Force, which Trump created, by the way, which is also fake and gay. All your neighbors are going to join the Space Force and fight these imaginary homunculus alien creatures or whatever the hell's going on, right? And if you think people won't believe that, they will, because they believe in aliens now. They believe in outer space now. They believe in rockets now, and they'll believe whatever Trump says now. The same way they believed him about the vaccine, 4 years ago. And now they're even, a lot of people are still under his spell and under the general spell of this society, the trance that they're all in. And so just, yeah, I mean, obviously, one of the most important things you can do is just have discernment and pray all the time about stuff, I think, or whatever. I don't know. Just do whatever. That's my opinion on stuff. Yeah. Because when they do a fake alien invasion, people are gonna get suckered into the nonsense theater of it. People get sucked into the nonsense, man. It's so weird. So weird. And the other creepy thing is that the people who got Draxinated physically altered their DNA, because the Draxine is a gene therapy MR NA serum, which alters and changes a person's DNA. Now, what they've changed these people's DNA into is your guess or mine. I'd say it has something to do with a battery, a controllable drone, a zombie creature, a demon creature, or probably something I can't even think of, or I can't even fathom. I really have no idea what this thing has done to their DNA, only that it literally, in the most creepy way, changes your DNA. Think about how bizarre that is. Taking something into your body that changes your DNA, changes you in a very strange way. Yeah, it's weird, man. And I just want to be left alone and make farting cartoons, but I can't, because I got too much crap on my mind all the time from this bizarre gaslighting society, you know? Plus, my cartoons, I'm happy with where they are now, but, you know, they don't make a ton of money, but they make a good amount of money, because I'm feeling like a billionaire, because my cartoons are making me like $30 a month, maybe even $34 a month. So I think maybe more people are like finding or supporting my cartoons for some reason, but I don't think a lot of people comment. I think barely anyone really comments. And so I don't know if that's true, but dude, $30 a month for drawing farting cartoons? Dude, I'm starting to turn into a boomer who wants a new car. This is insane material wealth I'm getting here. You know what I can do with $30 a month from these cartoons, dude? I can buy a coffee from Starbucks or something. It's kind of getting insane. I can literally pretty much afford a coffee from Starbucks with the cash I'm raking in. I'm not trying to sound bragging. I was looking. There was another artist I saw on Twitter the other day who was making $3,600 a month, and I said, "Oh, jeez, that's 100 times more than I'm making. What is this guy doing that I'm not doing?" And you know what he was doing that I wasn't doing? Let's just say he was drawing some pretty spicy art, and that seems to sell a lot with people for some reason, because they're feeding into that current, and so they're spending their money on that current and their time on that current, when they could be feeding into the Zabujard current, which you're going to get cool 9/11 cartoons. You're going to get farting smeg cartoons. I mean, this is powerful, funny stuff. These are pranks the likes you've never seen before. And I wrote down a cartoon idea earlier that's pretty funny. And I have another cartoon that I was working on yesterday that hopefully I'm going to finish soon. I don't get a lot of cartoons done when I'm working Fridays and Saturdays, because the stress or the nervousness of work kind of ruins the entire day sometimes. I don't know if it ruins the whole day, but it just puts me in a mood where I'm like, I don't want to do much. I just want to go to work and get it over with, and the rest of the day is just kind of ruined. But then the rest of the week, hopefully I try to get cartoons done. But the day after I finish work, I'm pretty exhausted. I mean, I got out of bed today at like 6:30 p.m. I'm not kidding. So I don't know why work exhausts me so much when all I do is sit in a car for 6 hours and walk around for 2 hours. But it does. And I end up sleeping until 5:30, 4:30, usually like 5 p.m. But sometimes later, sometimes 6 p.m. Or today it was, 6:30 p.m., whatever, 4:30 p.m. So usually around there somewhere. And all I do is I sit in a car for 6 hours and I walk around for 2 hours. I sit in a car for 7 hours and I drive for 30 minutes. So just 9 hours of crapping around. But being stuck in a car for 9 hours is just so boring that maybe it exhausts my spirit to no end. And then the next day I'm just in bed all day because I'm so tired from being bored in some random town at a random hotel, taking care of tenants or whatever, and doing this and that, and talking to my coworker who was a little bit grumpy today because I was telling him I've been leaving the keys in the gate because my coworker's been showing up 30 minutes late every day for work. So, and I need to leave. I need to leave work, but he shows up 30 minutes late every day. And so when he shows up, it's about the time I need to leave. He shows up a few minutes after I need to leave, so I'm waiting for him. I was supposed to leave a few minutes ago. What's taking this guy? And I get tired of waiting for him every time. So I just put the keys away. And my black worker today said, "No, you can't leave him in the gate, man." He was getting kind of grumpy. He said, "You got to leave him in the box." And I said, "You can't get in the box without the key." And he said, "Well, they'll have to talk to the janitors to get that key then, because you got to leave them in the box." And some dude left the keys on the security car one time, the golf cart, and that he got fired for that. And that, I don't know if that was directed towards me, because I was the one who did that, because of course my coworker didn't show up that day. So of course I'm gonna leave him on the golf cart, because like I said, you can't get the fucking nigger keys inside of the box because you can't get into the office without the key. And he's telling me to basically leave it in the office, right? So I said, okay, fine, whatever. I'll leave the stupid keys in the box from now on. But it's going to be a pain for the guard who shows up late, because now he's going to have to figure out how to get into the box without the key to get the key. And he's probably going to have to talk to the janitor or some shit. And I don't know. My coworker shows up late as this young Hispanic teenager. And he's showing up really late every day now. He didn't used to show up this late, but now he's showing up late every day. And his brother works here too, and his brother shows up extremely late, even later than him. So they're both showing up really late every day now. I don't know why. And so I asked him yesterday, or this morning, or whatever you want to call it. I said, "Do you start work at 7 or 7:30?" He said 7. He said 7. I'm like, "Oh, okay." And I just left it at that. But I'm thinking, then why is this nigger showing up at 7:33 every day? Are you insane? But I'm not gonna say that. But I could say that. But maybe I'll say something. I don't want to. Fuck. I hate fucking confrontation in this realm. That's why I work nights, so I don't have to talk to anyone. When you talk to random people, some confrontations can come up, and I'm not a big fan of hostile aggression, fire, and confrontations. Which, talk to people, they spark a fire in you because they have a fire in them. Before you know it, both of your fires are firing at each other, and people are getting angry, sweaty, sexy, and nasty, and harsh, and burning, and flaming, and all these words, okay? People are getting hot and heated. And I'm not a fan of playing with fire. Not a fan of it. So maybe that's why I work nights and I can't deal with public jobs or real jobs or whatever you want to call a job. So that's why I work nights and sleep during the day. I don't What do I have in common with the common man? I sleep during the day. They are awake during the day. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell them. I've been doing this Shema Jewish prayer. You're supposed to do it before you wake up and after you wake up. But the funny thing is, I'm waking up at night. And so I'm saying the Shema at night, which doesn't make sense. You're supposed to, anyways, it doesn't matter. It's just weird. I don't know. You guys, you know what I mean? You're not really supposed to say the prayer at that. It doesn't matter. You guys know what I mean. So anyways, like, I think the prayer is something like the Lord's glory goes on forever and ever, which is a very beautiful prayer from Deuteronomy or something like that. Crap. I have to do a patrol real quick because I got to do one real quick. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye. I'm back. I just had to walk around the thing, but up and down the stairs. There's one apartment where the people are so loud. They're young people and they're loud, but no noise complaints, so that's good. Because they were yelling at 3 a.m, and I'm like, what the heck? The good news, my coworker said they cleaned the pool. So, we both know what that means. I get to be the first person to take a crap in the hotel pool this morning in 4 hours. When I get off work, I'm going to get in the pool. I even opened up the pool door so I could get in, so I could sneak in, because I don't think the key doesn't work, the keypad doesn't work to get in, so I got to think with my brain. So I got the key right now when I'm at work. So when I get off work, I opened up the door so I can sneak into the pool. So I will finally get to use the pool. Guys, I think I have my swim trunks in my car. And a very tiny towel. For my very tiny... What? I'm not going to finish that sentence. Hell no. People have been saying that I am indeed too soft. When I say too soft, I mean... Do I mean erection-wise or bone-wise? My pops died when I was a toddler, so I never got that strict backbone of stern fatherly upbringing that turns a person into a hard, crustaceous shell of a human. Which means I'm very soft-handed. The way I treat other people and myself, maybe not myself, but the way I treat other people is like as if you were talking, or as if you were caring for an injured dead baby AIDS kitten. You need to taking my scarf off. That's the way you would treat a dead AIDS baby, broken kitten. When what you start to learn through this fact society is that a lot of people you meet are dead, broken cats. With how they operate, with how their mind works, with how their body and their brain and their muscles work. They operate as if they've been broken by something, mind-controlled, brainwashed, brain-worked, brain-raped by something in their life, whether it was a traumatic event or something bad happened to them when they were a kid, or something bad happened when they were a teenager or an adult, or whatever it is. And I treat people like you would treat with a veterinarian would treat an injured dead baby cat. And I suppose that's how I would like to be treated as well. Soft-spoken, I suppose you could say. Any sort of harsh hostility of hardness gives me the creeps. Of course, if the world ends, there's probably a time where I'm actually, if you can believe this, going to have to harden up, stiffen up, unsoften my bones, become stern, become fatherly, become harder, erection-wise and bone-wise and everything-wise. Turning from a soft, caring, gentle jellyfish into a hard, immovable, impenetrable stone, I suppose you could say. But only if the situation calls for it, or only if I feel like doing it. Until then, I think I'm still just going to be like a chill little kind of creature. You know what I mean? Ouch, fuck. I think possibly the coldest part of the night is is around 3:30 a.m., 3 a.m. 3 a.m. or 3:30 a.m. I would say is around, perhaps the coldest part of the night. I hear an animal out in the forest. It's howling, so I'm guessing it's either a coyote or a wolf or some sort of creature. It's your classic howl. I guess it probably sounds more like a coyote howl than a wolf howl. I guess, yeah. So, just halfway done. I just got to do the other half, and then I'm gonna stay 30 minutes after work. Wait for the pool to open, and then maybe use the pool for 20 or 30 or 40 minutes, and then drive home. I haven't been in a pool in like 4 years, so I'm pretty excited. So that'll be nice. My hands, my finger bones hurt. It could be so cold that my finger bones are hurting, or I'm getting arthritis from drinking soda for the last 2 billion years, or whatever it is, right? Someone said that English is the most beautiful language compared to Japanese or other languages. What do you guys think? Do you guys think English is the most beautiful sounding language? I do think it sounds better than Chinese, because the Chinese language kind of sounds like Xing and for some reason, I feel like just about any language sounds a little bit better than that, right? I mean, how do you even make a Chinese romantic soap opera? And she says, it sounds like bugs. It sounds like bug people creatures. It sounds like bugs. It sounds like crickets. So if you guys think bugs are romantic, then yeah. But I've heard that French is a nice language. You guys can write in the comments what's the most beautiful sounding language to you. Write in the comments. And I know somebody's going to write Klingon. May the Force be with you. Somebody's going to write the Klingon language. It's the most beautiful language, but yeah. It'd be funny. Remind me to make this into a cartoon. Star Wars idea for a cartoon. Darth Vader's fighting Luke Skywalker in that big ass, they're in that big cylinder room where they're fighting, and Luke Cocksucker says, "Darth Vader, you're not my." I don't even know the line. But he says, "You're not. You don't know my father. You don't know who my daddy is." And then Darth Vader takes his mask off, and it's Tom Fulp or Baby Grinch or someone. He says, "Luke, I am your farter." And then he turns around and farts. Instead of father, it's farter. I just thought of that. It's actually the most genius cartoon I've ever, pretty much the most genius cartoon that anyone fucking ever thought of in the entire fucking universe of all fucking ideas, man. So that's the idea I just thought of. So I'm going to make that into a cartoon. Sorry I spoiled it, but I think that's a good idea for a cartoon. Luke, I am your farter. And then, it writes itself. As long as there's a genius brain behind to think of the idea, it writes itself, which is my brain. You know what's weird? Speaking of movies, you guys think that movie's real about the guy who writes on his typewriter and everything he writes comes true? Do you think that do you guys think that we are writing our own reality in the entire world, and what the world does corresponds to what we write down or what we think? I mean, that trope has been used in a big Hollywood movie, on an episode of The Twilight Zone. It's been done over and over and over again. A guy with a typewriter writes out how the world goes, and it goes like that. What's up with that? Why do they keep making that into a movie? I don't know. I mean, nobody uses typewriters anymore, but R.L. Stine did it in the Goosebumps movie. Are You Afraid of the Dark did it. All these people are making the same plot. It's that you write on a typewriter and it makes the world change. I mean, we get it. Other idea for a cartoon. Jer meets Mr. Beast. And Mr. Beast says, "Hey, what's up, Jer? I'm Mr. Beast." And then Jer says, "Oh, hey." And he goes to shake his hand and he says, "Psych, nigger, idiot." And then he says a magical incantation, "Hakmada Dishdinkindar." And then the Hellraiser cube comes out of Jer's chest, and then it sucks Mr. Beast into the Hellraiser cube, where he's raped and tortured for all of eternity inside the Hellraiser universe cube with Pinhead and the rest of the I forgot the name of the creatures that Pinhead hangs out with. And then that's the end of the cartoon. Or something like that. You guys get it. You guys get it. Yeah. Remind me to make that into a cartoon as well. I gotta make that into a cartoon too. So that's another spoiler. Third spoiler, Jaws. But the shark comes out of the water to eat them, and then he just tries to sell them. Oh my god, you guys are gonna love this one. It's Jaws. I mean, Jaws. My name is Jer, by the way. Jaws comes out of the water. Dun 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 dun. Jaws comes out of the water, and he says, and they scream. The people scream, "Oh my god, you're gonna fucking eat us? You fucking nigger shark? You're gonna eat our ass?" They say that to the shark creature. And the shark's like, whoa, 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 guys, I'm just a shark. What's the big deal? And they're like, well, if you're not gonna eat our ass, then why did you freak us out? Why are you out of the water when your shark's supposed to be under the water? Why are you talking to us when we're trying to surf? And Jaws says, Jaws says, how often ever had this happen to you? A big business or your bank, you get your privacy and your information stolen. Maybe you get your password stolen. And they're like, I guess. Well, not anymore with Surfshark VPN. For the first $5, if you use my promo code Jer fucking shark dick nigger, you get 15% off the first month and every additional month. And you get 3 days of free VPN, 100% service free. Don't like it? Money back guarantee. And we have 24/7 hour remote viewing, remote controlled Indian drones on the line who are there for customer service whenever you have a problem with the product. Surfshark VPN is the sponsor of today's video. And they're like, get out of here, you cocksucking Niger shark. And he says, I'm just trying to get you guys to sign up for Surfshark VPN. What's the big deal? And they're like, we hate YouTube ads, and we hate faggots who put ads in their videos. So go suck Jew cock. Get out of here. And then the shark says, well, fine. I guess I will eat you guys. And they say, no, fine. We'll get the gay VPN. And he says, okay, well, you're going to get the premium edition for $5 extra a month? And they say, fine. So they sign up, and the shark tips his fedora, and he says, pleasure doing shark business with ye. And then he swims away, and then the guy on the surfboard says, I'll get you, Peter Pan. And he makes a little claw with his fingers. Like he fucking finger fucks it, fucking. And that's the end of, and that's the cartoon. And so spoiler number 3, that's the third cartoon that's coming. And you guys see what I mean? These cartoons they pop into my head. Some creature in my head is writing these cartoons nonstop, and they make themselves through my head creative brain molecules and the parts of my brain that create ideas. And you know, I think if I had an art studio, I'd probably like scream on the ground and like get into the fetal position and go, fuck, I'm in an art studio. Start screaming all the time, artistic screaming, but also just screaming from inner brain turmoil and trauma that makes me want to scream. Man, I need to do some screaming, man. Maybe I'll scream in the car when I'm driving home, but sometimes your brain just gets so wired up. It's just from everything. Your brain gets wired up. Anybody else, write in the comments if you have to scream to get your brain unwired from all the electricity. Write in the comments, hey, I gotta unwire my electric brain by screaming. Write it in the comments if that's something you have done. Some people yell into a pillow, and other people yell into a yellow jello. And people do stuff all the time that I just don't get what I'm supposed to do in this realm. Which means the only thing I'm probably supposed to do in this realm is probably build some sort of jungle gym or a hedge maze or something. Build some sort of tree house, jungle gym creature. A homunculus creature from alchemy. Something. I'm supposed to do something creative, I'm sure. I might, between you and me, I might actually be doing it right now. Oh, fuck, I'm gonna come. No, but, you know, I might be doing something creative because, and maybe that's what I'm supposed to do here is to do creative things. I do consider myself an artist. And so if you do consider yourself an artist, you know, I shouldn't even be a security guard. I should be an artist person and doing art for a living. But, you know, I can't because, you know, it's hard to do that. And so I'm a security guard, but it doesn't make sense, okay? It doesn't make sense, okay? And the reason why it doesn't make sense is because I'm an artist. I'm not even a security guard. But the reason why it doesn't make sense is because I work as a security, but I'm an artist, so I should be working as an artist. And then that would make more sense because my brain is probably a kind of an artist brain, not a security guard brain, So they don't line up. I'm sorry, but they don't line. They don't line up. And so that's just kind of where I'm at right now, and yeah, so you guys know what you guys should build is an underwater house. An underwater house. That's what I would do if I was you guys. I would build an underwater house. I don't know why more people don't do that. It's funny how people build houses, but they never build them underwater. This society is so gay nigger-tarded that they don't even do anything creative anymore. They don't build underwater homes. They don't drive their cars underwater. They don't have flying cars, most of them. They don't have flying bikes. They don't have they don't take a canoe to work or a kayak to work, or they don't even take rollerblades to work or anything like that. They just could get in their Ford 401 pickup truck and they say, honey, give me a kiss. I'm going to work. Of course, there's nothing wrong with that kind of sort. I mean, at least the guy's married in the story, and or is he? Maybe he kisses his dog before he goes to work, and it's an illegal dog-man relationship. Goodbye, honey. Woof woof. Yep, I'll make love to you when I get home as well. And maybe the story takes a twisted turn there. Maybe he's not the average Joe everyone thinks he is. Maybe inside of his coffee is a big gallon of smeg. You know, I can write some good Hollywood twists if I worked in Hollywood. I live close enough to Hollywood, of course. I live up by LA. So if I could become a writer in Hollywood, I bet you guys could see me writing for a popular television show, such as It's Always Funny in Philadelphia, or another funny Jewish fat man show with Danny DeVito, Larry David, like Seinfeld, or what's that other one called? Seinfeld, and then there's Funny in Philadelphia, and then there's what's the one? Curb Your Enthusiasm, maybe? What's the one with Larry David? It's one of those other gay ones. That doesn't matter. They're all gay. And I actually didn't watch any of those ones. The show that I really liked was called Workaholics. It's these 3 guys, and they're very funny. So I would recommend anyone to watch Workaholics, because it's a really funny show if you haven't seen it. It's really, really freaking funny. It's like the funniest Netflix show I've ever... Well, I probably watched it on Hulu or something, actually, now that I think of it. But it was really, 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 really funny. But I could write for a show like that, because I know funny stuff. You know, I know how to write. I'm extremely funny and intelligent when it comes to humor. For example, imagine this. Close your eyes for a second. Scene. There's a guy looking out the window. He is on his phone. He has an old modular telephone. He's sweating. He's on the phone with the cops. Cops, I think there's a couple black boys outside of my house, and I think they're about to get up to no good. I think you need to send a squad car down here right away. And then the camera pans up to see out of the window. He's got the screens open. And it's just a couple of really young black kids playing with a big beach ball. And the cops say, okay, well, explain what they're doing, sir. And he says, well, they're about to commit a crime, I'm sure of it. And then you hear a knock on his door. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, my God, I think they're here to rape me. I gotta go. I gotta hang up. He hangs up the phone. He opens the door. It's Jer. Jer, what are you doing here? Oh, I brought beer. We're about to get drunk, Tom Fulp. So then they start drinking. And I'm not going to spoil the rest, because I already wrote this idea down at home that I was going to make into a cartoon. But that's how it starts out. So I'm not going to spoil the rest, but that's the best part of the cartoon anyways. So I already spoiled the best part. So, I mean, that's gold right there. You think, oh, there's some gangsters outside the window who are melanin, but then it pans up. It's just youngsters playing with a big rubber ball. Maybe in a stupid playground or a sand pit. And classic, that's funny right there. That's really funny. So, and it's based on a lot of truth. Okay, if you got rid of the roughest parts of society, then the entire rest of the society would pretty much, how do I put it? The quality of life, I think, for the rest of society would go up by about 2 trillion%. And sorry if that is harsh, but once you take the garbage out of a garbage can, then the garbage can starts looking pretty clean. That's all I'm allowed to legally say on here. And you can take that for whatever you want to take that as, because I think it's really, 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 really. So anyways, I'm sitting in my car next to a plant, and the name of this plant is called a cattail. And it's called that because it looks like a cat's tail. And, it is a nice looking plant. Yeah. Yeah. There's been a lot of mud volcanoes lately popping up in Taiwan and LA. All over the world, if you type in mud volcano on YouTube, you'll see volcanoes of mud. People are saying that this is because the earth is detoxing itself using diarrhea to get rid of the toxicness that oil drills and other machines are polluting into the bloodstream body of the earth, so giving it vomiting symptoms of nausea, vomiting, and diarrhea to change itself and clean itself and detoxify itself of the human parasite that seems to have taken hold of its common smeg and body parts and things like that. So that could be why the earth is going a little loco right now, minus all of the wider weapons, of course. If you just look at the volcanic mud eruptions, is this the earth giving diarrhea to cleanse itself of what the wicked rich parts of humanity are raping the earth? Is this why the earth is having diarrhea? Write in the comments if you think that this is the reason why. And yeah. Maybe it's just being confined in a small car that's making me want to yell. Or maybe it's because I'm talking and sometimes the podcasts make me want to scream. Talking, being confined in a small car. When I talk, I electrocute my brain, and that's what makes me want to yell. And podcasts aren't healthy for me. They might be, but they probably also are not. On one hand, for some reason I do make podcasts. Kind of. On the other hand, when I make them, when I'm talking, it does electrocute my brain. It makes me want to yell. It makes my brain want to squirm and squeeze and squeal. It makes me want to pull my body parts apart, pull my chin down as far as it'll go, stretch my ears and my nose out as far as they will go, stretch them, become the longest, thinnest, stretchiest piece of taffy humanistic, personalistic creature that has ever walked upon this taffy-covered realm. Yeah, I had relatives back in Kansas who used to make taffy in the 50s and 70s. You get a big barrel of sugar, and it hurts your hands like hell to sift through the thick goo of taffy when you make it by hand. But that's what my relatives had to do back in Kansas. They made taffy by hand. And it gives you arthritis and it hurts your hands because it's a lot of stretching. You gotta pull that hard taffy and stretch it into any shape that you desire. And that's what we do with our bodies and our minds and our souls. As we live in this realm, we stretch them as far as they'll go. And not only that, but we stretch them into whatever fucking nigger shape that we desire to stretch our bones and soul and body and brain into. And we shape our molecules and atom and spirit and our bones and our balls into these complex different forms of spiritual fucking fuck. We stretch and stretch and stretch, and we tear, and we grab and we pull and push, and we stretch into these sometimes bizarre looking shapes. Sometimes they're weird looking shapes, man. They're weird fucking shapes. They're weird shapes. You shape yourself into whatever you want. And some people might get on your case. You can't turn into that shape. That's a forbidden shape. That's a swastika shape. You can't be that shape. And some people shape themselves into all sorts of little shapes. Maybe the shape of a heart. Maybe the shape of a fart. And you've got the freedom right now to shape yourself into whatever you want. I take your milkshake and I throw and people, I want to stretch my hands and my fingertips, my toenails and all my nails and all the parts of my body, and I want to stretch them and become as long and thin and long and stretchy and gooey and flexible as possible. What rhymed with possible? As long and as gooey and as I don't remember. Never mind. But there's nothing wrong with stretching your atoms into these shapes. You know, it's possible that negative entities have attached themselves to people, maybe even to me. And so you just got to be careful out there, because this world can be as normal as you want it or as weird as you want it, and you get to make the choice on what you want to believe and how you want to retrieve and how you want to achieve and how you want to succeed and all these things. And this is, you got to make a choice. What do you want? Do you want the world to be like it says in the books, or do you want it to be your own world? I can show you my smeg. Shining, shimmering, smeggy. Come on, princess, now why don't you just drink up all my smeg? What's your guys' favorite color that goes with purple? Is it red, green, or blue? Right? Or black, or a different, write in the comments. My favorite color that goes with purple is green. Or maybe it's gold. Or white, or black, or gray, or brown. Oh my gosh, brown and purple? That would be a weird, I guess that's what Mr. Floyd looked like with a black eye, huh? When he got that black eye. Mr. Floyd. Mr. Floyd. I guess he was brown and purple when he got a black eye, huh? But not the most attractive color combination, is it? Brown and purple. Brown is an interesting color. It's my sister's favorite color, probably, along with yellow. And brown on clothes actually is kind of a pretty color. Write your comments on. Think about the color brown on clothing and other different things that are brown, specifically that aren't human, like clothes. And I gotta make a patrol. I gotta do a patrol here probably, because it's too cold to take a nap in the car, and my brain is just too. My brain is just too jumpy and electrocuted, and my feet are frozen because it's so cold. And yes, I have my blanket on me. Of course, I have my blanket, and yes, I remembered to wear a second jacket tonight, which I did not remember that yesterday. But it wasn't this cold yesterday. It wasn't. But my hands are frozen. My feet are frozen. I don't wear socks. I can't wear socks because the socks make my feet feel really creepy. So I haven't worn socks in over 7 years or something like that. It's been a long time. And same with shoes as well. But you know what, I've kind of gotten used to these work shoes a little bit, but I haven't really worn shoes in them forever. Just when I have a job, they force you to wear shoes, so I'm wearing shoes, but no socks, never socks, and, you know. You know, when I was in the elevator today at work in the hotel, and this guy with his wife, and he's 2 feet smaller than me, and he's got a wife, and I'm thinking, what is going on? Why does this guy have a wife, and it's like, what is this a leprechaun, and he made a wish to get a wife, or what's going on here? You know, I'm not trying to be mean here, but I'm just thinking, this guy's got a wife, and what do I got again? And then I look down at my watch, and I realize I don't even have a watch. And I say, wait, I don't even got a watch? I don't got a wife? I don't got a watch? I don't got a wife, a witch, and a wardrobe? That's a Narnia reference? What's going on here? How does this... I should have asked this guy, did you get a wife from the wife store? And if so, can you tell me where it's located? Can I get a discount with promo code NIGERSHIT? And, because, you know, it's like I said. It's like I said. People who are in couples, they don't even know how lucky they are because they get to hold someone's hand all the time, or whenever they want. And I never get that. I never get to hold anyone's hand. Are you kidding me? A hand? Are you kidding? No. Even something just as simple as a hand. And yes, I have a fake Halloween hand I bought, but that's just for Halloween. And I have a fake rubber pair of lips that I bought, but that's just for Lipoween. And they look cool, because, I mean, I've showed you guys a video of them. They're just like a person's mouth. It looks like a cool... I gotta use it in more videos. I gotta make more scary videos. Whoa, what's this weird channel I found that was recommended to me? Wait, this guy has a fake pair of lips? People trip out. Whoa, when my video goes viral and I get like 1,000 views. Sometimes it happens. Be like, what did YouTube just recommend me? This is crazy. This is the weirdest video I've ever seen. Thank you, YouTube recommendations. What the heck is this guy on weed? Is this guy smoking mushrooms? Is this guy drunk on weed? On smeg and cum? Yes to all the above, okay? Whatever. And, anyway, so, I better patrol, man, yeah, I want to have an interesting week, but I said that last week, and last week it wasn't even very interesting. So each week I just pretty much don't really do anything. And it's just one of those things, guys. It's just seriously just one of those things, because it's just one of those fucking things, man. This will be the week I do something interesting and leave my room. Nope. So it's just one of those things, and you're trapped in a mind dimension of slavery entrapments where you want to do an adventure, but the only adventure you get is in your head, and they're called daydreams, and they're called night dreams. But as far as a real life adventure, or when you're quote unquote awake, it's not happening. For various reasons, and one of those reasons is because I wake up at night. The day's already gone. The stores are already closed. Do you understand? Which means I have to go skateboarding at night. If my skateboard sucks, I have to get new wheels. Or I have to return the whole board, but I threw away the box like an idiot. So now I have to figure out what to do about this skateboard, guys. Because I like to buy Chinese crap and then return it. So now I gotta figure this crap out, guys. Seriously. And, I don't want to do angry podcasts, because I don't want the hotel guests to walk by my car and see the deranged looks on my face that I do when I'm talking, because when you get into emotional talking, on the podcast, you look insane. You look like you're possessed by the spirit of Jim Carrey. Which I can do all of Carrey's faces, by the way. I'm basically very similar to Jim Carrey because I can do a lot of the same faces that he can do. And I can do a lot of the same... I'm basically a spitting image of Jim Carrey. Number one, I'm just as funny as him. And number two, I can do all of his gay-ass little faces that he does. I have all the eyebrow muscles as well to do the weird eyebrow things he does too. I have good eyebrow muscles that can contort into different shapes and things like that. So yeah, I can do all of Carrey's faces, but anyways, I was probably too shy to do stand-up comedy. I only tried it once, but I get too nervous. It makes me want to puke. So I never went down that road of stand-up comedy and things like that. Of course, I think a lot of these faggots are just Freemasons who are picked anyways to become celebrities, and they do sacrifices and things like that anyways to become famous, quote-unquote famous, but they're probably born into satanic faggot nigger bloodlines where they are born underground and bred by satanic families to be put into these positions in the first place. If not, they're not already cloned by faggot cloners in cloning facilities underground. Look up the Britney Spears cloning music video for reference of what I'm talking about. Celebrities aren't cloned. Look up Britney Spears cloning music video. I forgot what it's called. I forgot what the song is. It might be Toxic, or cannot remember the name of the Britney Spears song where she is cloned in a cloning facility underground, but look it up. It's bizarre. My head hurts. I'll be right back. I gotta do a patrol thing, and then I will be right back, guys. Hey guys, this is a song that I just wrote, dedicated to anyone who's ever died in a fire. And it's called "I Can't Breathe," and it's also based off of something that happened a few years ago with a Melanin American or something like that. I can't breathe. I can't breathe, breathity, breathe. I can't breathy, breathity, breathe. I can't breathe. No, I can't breathe. No, I can't breathy, breathity, breathe. No, I can't breathe. No, I can't breathe. Whistle solo. I can't breathy, breathity, breathe. No, yes, I can't breathy, breathity. Yes, no, I just can't breathy, breathity, breathe. Yes, no, I can't. Maybe, breathe. I can't breathe. I can't breathe. I can't breathy, breathe. I can't breathe. I can't breathe, breathe. No, I can't breathe. And my name's George Floyd, and I can't breathy, breathe. What? There's a freaking thing that's on my neck, and I'm dead. That's it. That's the song. So, sun's about to come up, and the sunrise is really, really pretty. I don't know if you guys have ever seen a sunrise before, but it's very, very pretty. The sun's not up yet, but it's getting close. I can see the foreskin above the hills. So it's like orange. It's the most beautiful orange rainbow sherbet looking sky sunset you've pretty much ever seen. So you got red, orange, green, and then a light baby blue on top. And the colors are so pretty. It's insane when you see a sunset. Just gotta power through the last hour and a half here. Except I'm probably gonna stay like 2 hours because I want to use the pool. The pool doesn't open until 30 minutes after I finish my shift. I don't think I would get in trouble for using the pool earlier than it's opened, but I don't want to stir the pot too much. So I might just wait till it opens at the correct time. I know I'm kind of a rule guy. I'm all about following the rules, as you can tell through this channel and through everything that I do. I'm all about following the rules. So, before I forget, the Greek boy wanted me to bring up something in the podcast, and he said, so if you remember last week, he wanted me to bring up that he peed all over the pay-to-use bathroom as an act of defiance. I don't think anybody commented on that, but he was looking for comments on whether it was right or wrong for him to pee all over a pay-to-use bathroom. And so that's what he did. This week, Greek Boy would like input on Canis, people who follow Cain, and who people who break the Ten Commandments to become the ultimate rebels. Canis, people who are very big rebels. He wants opinions on that. Personally, I would not break the Ten Commandments. I would not do that. But I guess that's just me. I don't know. So that's my opinion on the Cainist group. If that even is a real group, I've never really heard of that. If that's a real thing, I mean, that makes me think of Sabbatean Frankists. But I guess they might be similar. People who go against the Ten Commandments to be rebellious or something, basically. Write your comments how you feel about Canis and about peeing in a pay-to-use bathroom as an act of defiance. I'm sure the Greek boy would love to hear your responses. And I think I could just have fun with my own tree if I had my own tree. If I had my own tall frickin' tree, man, I would just climb it, man. I would just climb that damn tree. Maybe I should just find a tree and live inside of it, live near it, move into the Irish forest and become a tree creature. But I would need some chickens, because I don't know how to get food out of the forest. I'm a huge noob when it comes to foraging. I don't know how to forage my way out of a paper bag. But if you're going to be a forest creature, you need to know how to forage. Otherwise, you're going to need a chicken and a water barrel to collect water, and that's it. And you too can become a forest creature. Maybe a jacket, maybe a tent. Some blankets wouldn't help, I think, if you're going to live in the forest. And so that's my advice if you're going to live in the forest. But seriously though, like if I had my own, I mean, trees are the ultimate gym equipment, because all you have to do is grow them and then climb them, and hopefully they get really tall. And you can wrap ropes around them and then climb on top of the ropes. And each few feet you wrap a big rope around it, and then you grab onto that, and that's how you climb the tree, and you have fun climbing a tree. Then you could set up ropes from tree to tree, so you can climb from tree to tree. And this is what I want to do. I want to create a forest tree gym, forest tree gym, and that's just like one of my goals that I have, that I think about. Okay, so everyone has goals out there, you know, or you know, some people might have goals. I don't know if everyone does, but I think about tree climbing. And any kind of climbing, but you know, trees are a great thing to climb. It's like God made them for us to climb on them. You know, I mean, it almost seems like that way. You know, which is amazing when you think about it. It's amazing, and And like I said, I would build a tower and I would climb that as well. If I had my own property, I would try to build a tower. I'm not very good at building things. But how hard can it be? You know, I've tried to use cement before, and I'm not very. I guess maybe I'm not good at mixing cement, but the cement always breaks apart. So I would need to use special beginner noob cement, because I've tried to make my own cement, and it doesn't even work. I can't even fucking make cement right. I don't know why. It's just anything I try to do construction-wise always fails and doesn't work at all. I don't understand it. Anyways, I really don't understand how people are construction workers, because I can't even manage to do anything right when it comes to doing anything with construction. So basically, I would get really easy noob cement that's really sticky, and I would use that. And so I think maybe Portland cement is supposed to be for noobs. I think the cement that I used was the cheapest one. It's the $5 50-pound bag at Home Depot, and that never works for me very well. So I think I would try the white cement, not the gray cement, which is what I tried using at Home Depot. If you get the white cement, it looks like sticky, gooey cum and smeg. That looks like very easy, beginner-friendly noob cement. It's already probably mixed for you, you know? You probably just slap it on there like glue, and then it works. And I'd probably use that to build my tower, because I've never been very good at... It seems like I've never been very good at making cement by myself. If I have my stepdad around, he's a professional construction boy. So anything he touches, it seems like he knows how to fix anything and build anything. But I'm the opposite. I don't know how to do that without a creature around who knows what they're doing. And anyway, so. But yes, building a tower would be cool, and that's what I would do. And maybe building a house out of the front. As well. And some, what I would love to do is build a house out of zip ties. I found an old YouTube video a couple years ago where these amazing women built these houses out of zip ties for people or poor people or something. I can't find their video anymore. But these women built houses out of zip ties. I don't know if I brought this up to you guys before. I might have. But it was so cool. And so I was thinking, dude, I want to make a house out of zip ties. That sounds amazing. My house just feels very cold. I think it was badly insulated. It was built in the 60s. So I think if I built a house, I would maybe try to insulate it, just because I don't like houses that are cold. So I think if I built a house, I think I might try to insulate it with foam, and to try to make sure that it's kind of warm. That's what I would do if I built a house. Seriously, I think insulation would be a good idea. I think it would be a pretty good idea. Seriously. I don't know how hard that is to do. It seems pretty easy on normal houses, but if you're building a weird neat cabin house, I don't know how you would go about making insulation. With normal houses, you just put the insulation foam in between the outside of the house, wood, and the drywall, and that's pretty much all you do, I think. And yeah. Anyways, insulation seems easier than other construction things. That's all I'm gonna say. Seems, compared to mixing cement, which always breaks and doesn't stick like it's supposed to. Bastard cement doesn't even do its job right. That's my opinion on cement. It doesn't seem to work for me for some reason. I don't know why. But I'm also kind of a lazy-ish guy. I like to do things quickly, so I don't really work out the cement ratios very well. I just kind of slap them together, and it never works. But I don't have the patience to make the cement properly and quickly. At 3/4 cement, 1/4 sand, 2/4 water. I don't have time to deal with that faggot shit. I just throw cement in the bowl, throw a fucking gallon of water in, mix it up, and it always breaks apart. But I don't got the patience to measure stuff out. I don't got the patience to deal with numbers and mixing tools and all this crud, okay? I don't got the patience for that. And so cement has always been an enemy of mine when it comes to arts and crafts. When I try to make arts and crafts out of cement, they always just break apart. So that I got, you know, it's just I just got a hate relationship with cement, and that's all I need to say. I think a lot of you guys understand, but that's just how it is, man. That's just how it is, and yeah. So yeah. So I wish there was a hack I could use to get free train tickets or free plane tickets so I could go somewhere. I wonder if there's a hack to get cheap airline tickets. I don't think there is. You'd have to become a stowaway in a plane if you want to fly somewhere for cheap. You'd have to sneak into it and hide in the engine room or hide in the luggage room to get a free flight nowadays. That's what you'd have to do. Because I like to find shortcuts and hacks and things, but it's hard to find a shortcut hack to get on a plane or a train for cheap. You know, maybe not a train, because I think you can be a melanin and you can try to like hide in the bathroom. That's what I would do. Or hide under the seats, hide somewhere, and you might get away with it. But if you're on a plane, it's trickier. They got more security and stuff if you're trying to get a free flight to somewhere cool, like Europe or wherever a cool place. I don't know, a cool place. Somewhere cool. Somewhere cool. That's where you want to go. That's where you want to go, is somewhere cool. That would be cool. That would be cool to go there, to go to a cool place. That would be a little bit cool. Yeah. Yep.
Now it's time to have a snuggle with my very best friend in the whole wide world. You. Well, I'm glad you could come over. See you soon. Bye. And the clown jumped over the moon.